Oh no! It's morning!
And that means it's time for the Rotten Mournings Podcast! Best way to start your morning off. Run.
Well, good morning.
You can hear me?
Well, yes, good morning.
All right, well, I'll get started here. Where the hell is the... Okay, cool. Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Rotten Mournings.
Oh, yes, good morning. And so begins the trial by fire.
I'm Scott.
I'm Matt.
I'm Brandy.
And Dan's leaving.
Oh, no.
Welcome to R010.
We have got some weird echo going on. And you know what? We should have some weird echo going on because this is season 10.
Oh, welcome to season 10. We're really going to start off with a doozy of an episode because we're just all bouncing off the walls.
Do you guys have your coffee?
Yes, the reason you sound like you're walking around is because I am currently putting sugar in my coffee and getting that ready.
Fantastic. That is fantastic. Well, format's going to be a little bit different this season. We don't have the week-long news to catch up. We just have one day to remember, and that's going to be hard enough.
Yeah. Well, this day we have a week of news.
Oh, cool. I'm ready.
Oh, right. What did we talk about last week? I'm pretty sure we went over the haunted chicken house last week. And so this will just be Monday through nowadays. What fucking day is this? Oh, God.
We haven't really done anything until Friday, I guess.
No, we fucking shot a ton of shit on Thursday.
True, but none of that is aired yet.
Yes, and all that will be airing
Soonish.
hopefully.
Ish.
And strips will actually start tonight. For real.
Ish.
Well, I mean, until it does, right, guys?
Right, guys? Never put a lot of faith in the shit that we say. We don't.
Yeah.
But we had a fucking kick-ass night at City of Chaos last night.
Yes, we did.
My voice is shot because they have karaoke, so I was meddling out.
It was a lot of fun. I'm not yawning. Hey, who put something in my drink making me sleepy on a morning?
What?
Baby, it's cold outside. Cool. So City of Chaos was a black. Now this is the first time you guys have been out in season this year, right?
Yes, correct.
Hell yeah. And Dan has run off and can't tell us, huh?
Yeah, yes. Dan said, "Fuck you. It's too early in the morning for this shit."
That's fair. Only maniacs would be awake at this hour.
Yes.
He decided he needed some sleep. And we said that's not the rotten way at all. We'll just skip sleep until November.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be awake for all of October. Woo!
Wow. That's what they make coffee enemas for.
Yes. Take it straight up the butt. Coffee in the butt for October.
I prefer to sip and savor my coffee, guys. I'll leave the enemas to you.
Oh,
So, after this podcast releases, we will be downtown helping set up for Canja Fest.
Conjure Fest.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
fun. Now you guys went there last year.
Yes, I believe this is only the second one, the second annual Conjure Fest. It is the kickoff to October, and it's put on by Mambo Baptiste of Magic City Conjure.
That's awesome. I don't really know what Magic City Conjure is.
It is her shop for witchy type things that I believe also border on the edge of some S&M type things.
Yes, it's a exotic witch shop.
Yes.
Man, people just do not realize like how many strange and unusual things are in the Birmingham area, like as far as shops and things to visit. Like there's
Right.
a lot to it. The other day somebody was telling me like, hey, I gotta go visit my mushroom dealer. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, there's a place in Birmingham, and I think it's like Magic City Mushroom or something. And they just have like they go in and get all the different kind of mushrooms you'd want for different recipes and things.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? That's not a thing.
It is.
Shit, I'll go there if they've got good mushrooms.
Cool.
I can use those right now. Let's get even more fucking delirious and crazy. Whoa!
Yeah. For those of y'all who haven't been listening to the other episodes of ROTN Mournings, Matt is wildly addicted to portobello.
No, I don't think he likes the portobellos. I think he's more of a criminy.
Ah. That sounds like a villain, like being upset, like an exclamation.
Criminy.
I know. I think that's why I say it like that. I've heard other people say it as like crimini, but I like criminy.
Cremini sounds like an Italian exclamation.
It makes me think of the Beatles because they had the green meanies.
Yeah.
Or the blue meanies. I can't remember. It was some color.
It makes me think of kindergartners going, "You meanie."
I think there was a wrestler called Blue Meanie, and it makes me super mad that I even know that.
Blue Meanie. Blue Meanie.
Blue meanie.
Oh,
So yeah,
actually,
that was a weird non sequitur.
I think isn't that what happened in Skyrim? The NPC is like, oh, Blue Meanie.
Blue Meanie.
I used to be a traveler once, and then
guys, I know we didn't start this podcast off with this disclaimer, but let me go ahead and throw it in now. We deeply apologize for the quality and structure and content of our podcast
that we lack.
I've already started writing out the refund checks. We're not even published yet.
We don't get paid shit, so that's going to be a fucking short list.
Yeah, but if
0 cents.
If anyone paid for the podcast, I have to refund them for this one. Cool. Other news? Anything else happened this week that was pretty exciting?
I was in Publix the other day.
Oh God!
Shopping.
Oh no!
And I was walking up the aisle, and this random guy I've never seen before, never met, is like walking down the aisle. He turns and he's like coming straight for me, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And he leans over and he's like, I fucking love your guys' videos. Keep it up. Y'all are awesome. I was like, what? What the fuck? Okay, cool. Awesome. Thanks, man.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. That is really cool, man.
And then I paid him the $10 that I owed him for walking around and saying that to people.
Thank God, dude. I was like, fuck, did that guy get paid? And you're like, oh, yeah, I paid him. Okay, good.
Yeah, he got paid. He got paid.
Yeah. I'm going to need him to be in more places.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. So you guys, Friday, what's tonight?
Today is Saturday. Yesterday.
Today is Saturday.
We're
Last night was
actually.
Friday night, but we did skip over something. Scott went out on Thursday night and did a live at Creepy Hollow.
So tell us about Creepy Hollow.
Dude, Creepy Hollow is just it's a blast, man. Here's the thing, like, I had heard about this haunt for a few years, and I knew it was like out in the woods, and it's like in nowhere, Florida. Like, here's a recipe for a haunt. It's out in the woods. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's a bunch of people who just put it on, and like, it might be fun. That is the recipe for all of our favorite haunts.
It really is.
And like, I gotta keep remembering that, because I when I first went out there, I didn't know what I was going to expect. I'm going through this trail to get to the haunt, which is one of my like favorite things, and get to the haunt and have an absolute blast. And this year, I went on their like kid friendly night, and really, I super enjoyed it because lots of time to be able to walk through the haunt and check out everything, and do that without a bunch of people, which is always my favorite thing.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And the actors were able to like dial it back a notch to be kid friendly, and it was so fun, dude, because like walking through, the actors are like, hey, I spent this time to get in this makeup, and now it's just these kids, and I've got all these scares in me, and I can't let them out.
That's awesome.
And I was like, I know, man. Just give me a little scare. Just get it out of your system. And they're like, I'm like, hell yeah. They did phenomenal.
Awesome. I saw your live that you were live with one of the GMs. What was his name again?
Kevin.
Dude, he was super nice. He seemed super professional and was doing a kick-ass job. And if I'm not mistaken, he said he had beaten my ass before, so that's fucking awesome as hell.
I believe we met him at Nightmare at 3008 before a couple of times.
Yep, he actually gets to go. He, like most people who run haunts or work at haunts, you don't get to sneak out very often, but when there's an off-season haunt or an off day during season haunt, he tries to get out to as many haunts as he can, and definitely has crossed paths with the ROTN gang before, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I think the live was awesome. That place looks happening. If you are anywhere near Florida, go check out Creepy Hollow Woods.
Well, I know you definitely made me hungry checking out just the signs at the different concession stands.
I was afraid that somebody was saying freeze, and I was wondering if the video was freezing and it was just going to be stuck on funnel cake for the next 30 minutes.
It'll be okay.
Because I was. I'll be honest. Yeah, that food, Brandy, it had some of the food that we talk about all the time as just some of our things that make us really exciting. I wish we would see more haunts have that food variety,
Dude, I tell you, out at City of Chaos, they had so many different vendors. They had snow cones, and they had pork, and they had ice cream cone stuff. It was just all over the place. But the coolest thing was they had karaoke, and that dude was badass. He was so good at what he did. I can't wait to go out there and jam some more. It was funny because he was talking to me about Tony, and then I came back and talked to him again, and he was like, oh, man, Tony told me that y'all are rotten. I just started following y'all today and liking your content. You guys are badass. And he asked me for gifts of our logo, and he's going to put it on his screen when people are up there singing.
That's fun. Oh, yeah.
But as far as the food goes, I'm just super happy they have Freddy's Barbecue back out there again. I got some more of those pork nachos with the white cheese on it. Oh, it was so good.
That makes me really happy. It makes me really happy that there's a place that has like one of your favorite barbecue.
Dude, that barbecue would be
Yes.
fucking bomb.
He makes his own sauce and seasonings and all of it. Oh, and he has street corn this year too.
Oh, elotes. That's awesome. Matt, you were saying your story was, yeah, I met this guy who does karaoke, and then I come over. He's like, "Hey, you guys are rotten. Hey, they just told me who you are. You owe me gifts."
Yeah, exactly.
And I thought you were saying gifts.
No, not gifts.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I just started following you. Now you owe
I
me
had to give him
something.
the $10. He fucking
Yeah.
said he knew us.
Yeah, I was hoping you did because I hadn't paid him. Hell yeah.
But you paid Kevin at Creepy Hollow Woods for saying he knew us, right?
Yeah, of course. I gotta keep that.
Good.
Bottomless pockets.
Did you have your assless chaps on?
I had I just didn't bring an ass, so
Oh,
it's
that's
just regular
good.
chaps. They are assless.
Well,
by
look,
default.
Scott, I know I wasn't out there. I didn't see me in the video. I'm pretty sure everybody knows you didn't bring an ass.
It's true.
Uh,
Not into the haunt, but if you looked in my car, there's a donkey in the passenger seat. Okay. Well, so tonight, where will you guys be?
Well, in the morning, like I said, we're going to go and help set up Conjurefest. We have
I've been
not
here in
slept
just
from
an hour or
last
two.
night, so in about an hour or two, we've got to go downtown and help set up.
And hopefully we will have time for a nap before we head out to Insanitarium tonight.
Yes, tonight
Ooh.
in Sanitarium for the first day.
Oh, is this their opening night?
Yeah.
No, well, Friday night was their opening night.
Look,
Yeah.
can I just point something out here?
What's that?
How are we having so much trouble doing the "This is morning time"
When it is actually
when this is
morning
literally
time.
we're literally doing this right now? We just have to talk about it like it's real.
It's that whole lack of sleep thing. It all just blurs together.
What were y'all saying tomorrow morning that we'll be doing? Oh wait, I mean
I
this.
hate you.
Okay. So tonight, of definitely today, because we're talking about this in the morning, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. We're not lying to the audience
actually
for
doing
once.
it for real.
Yeah, and you guys all have your coffee, right?
Yes, for real.
For real. Do you?
Well, enough about me. Hey, look, guys.
What are you doing today, Scott?
Which is definitely the 1st of October, Saturday.
Yes, correct. That is definitely what it is right now.
I will be at Netherworld.
Oh,
Ah,
nice.
very cool. Very cool.
Yes, and I'm taking my daughters to their first hunt.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And what a great one to experience for a first hunt, too.
Well, we haven't been this year, so it might just be terrible.
Netherworld is never terrible.
That's the thing I'm going to go with. We'll see how it is this year. I hope to one day be that person. Yeah. So we'll be at Netherworld. We were supposed to be there last weekend, but things changed.
Right.
I feel you.
Yeah. So we're knocking that out, and I think that's a good way to start in October anyway. So
It is, definitely. That's awesome.
I also want to get a pumpkin spice latte on October 1st.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Yeah, I haven't poured one of those out since last year. So
I have a pumpkin pie spice creamer in my coffee currently.
oh wow, that sounds good.
I have a deep distrust in pumpkin spice.
Yes, it does.
What? Why?
I don't like it.
I was really just impressed that once pumpkin weed went illegal, that people started making the synthetic pumpkin spice.
You're an idiot.
I am an idiot. I'll be here all week. Literally, I'll be here all month.
All month, every day.
A month of delirious idiocy.
Yeah. And these aren't going to get better, guys. Y'all thought that we were starting off poorly and the season was going to get better? Well, news to you.
No, that will not happen.
Literally, that was the only news we had to report today.
Correct.
Anything else? So, yeah, guys, if you are out of town, you traveling, I will be at Netherworld, and they will be at the Insanitarium.
Insanitarium.
Oh my God, I forgot. I got really lost for a second because I'm trying to be so deliberate in saying it correctly.
Right?
Yeah, I can't get drunk at this hour. You guys have done a walkthrough of that already?
Sort of, because we never went in the building.
We've been out there for a couple of interviews, but we refused to go in because we want to be completely surprised by their new building.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That's super. Like, I'm so jazzed for you guys to be able to do that.
Yes.
Is this going to be the first haunt that y'all go through this year that you haven't been in?
Yes.
Well,
yeah. No, technically no, because we started off the season going to 13 Stories in Noonan, Georgia, that we've never been to before.
That's true. So it's been nothing but fun stuff all season so far.
Yes.
Good deal. All right. Well, that's the news and where to find us. And
did we mention what time the first episode of Rotten Strips U is airing later on tonight?
We didn't. We did not do that.
Nope, we didn't.
Yep. I guess we should.
Moving on.
So stay tuned. For Rotten Strips U.
It's supposed to be. Isn't it supposed to be at 7?
Yeah, I believe so. That's what we've done in previous seasons.
Yeah. Yep. Are you guys going to be live from the Insanitarium?
Yes, we will do a live from the Insanitarium. Yes.
Okay. So
we've got a couple of friends showing up to go with us.
Yes.
They're a guy named
Raymond
and
Kendra.
His wife Kendra, who write for Scurryface now, will be out there with us.
And they are bringing someone from the Trussville Tribune as well.
Nice.
And cool. We'll also have James Wyatt is going to join us. He used to do a review company, and he's kind of like
called the Hunt Crew.
He sort of disbanded it in a way because it just wasn't really carrying, and he wants to kind of get with us and do some reviews with us. So that's awesome.
Hell yeah. Fun stuff. Well, so we will have a live tonight. I might be going live for a minute tonight.
I was going to say there might be an abundancy of lives because I believe Grim will also go live from Hellbilly as well.
That's right. Cool. We should everyone who goes out to Insanitarium should each pop on at a different time and do their own live from like their own perspective.
Yeah.
Like, what? I thought you guys just went live. It's like, yeah, but that was Matt going live. Now it's
that was somebody else.
Yeah. That's fun. So we'll have.
I figure that the season's going to be very much like that.
Live heavy.
It will be, and then also there is a new episode of Strips, And there may be other show that comes out tonight.
Oh, really?
That's what the rumor mill is.
Oh, okay. That sounds great.
I don't know that it does, but that's what I'm hearing. So we'll have to talk about that tomorrow's episode of Yeah. Cool. Well, anything else before we jump into the next section?
I think that was it for news.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to take a short little break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about something else.
Something else. That sounds awesome.
Coming this October, as night falls on a quarantined prison somewhere in Vincent, Alabama, vampires have taken over at Hellbilly Hollow, and things will never be the same.
Come visit Hellbilly Hollow in Vincent, Alabama. You'll have the best night of your life.
Yes, we'd love to have you in our neck of the woods.
The wait is driving us batty.
This year, we've raised the stakes. Join us.
Join us. One of Alabama's top-rated haunts. This is the one for you.
Hellbilly Hollow Haunted House Attraction in Vincent, Alabama. Open at 7 p.m. every Friday and Saturday in October.
Tickets available at the door.
Exclusive merchandise. Tasty concessions. Live entertainment.
Well-lit bathrooms.
For more information, check us out on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and at hellbillyhollow.com. And we will see you there.
Join us.
Don't go that way, man. You know who's back there? It's that serial killer from that movie.
What? Why are they here? I thought they were supposed to be chasing the kids at summer camp or invading the nightmares of the kids on that one street.
Well, they're all here. Brought in to fight off the mutant chickens, and now it's a horror free-for-all.
Oh. Where do I buy tickets?
The Haunted Chicken House in Heflin is the largest tourist attraction in East Alabama.
Open every weekend in October. Tickets are $15 per attraction. 2 for $25 and 3 for $40.
Ride the hayride of horrors.
Visit the Haunted Chicken House.
Defy death in the infamous Crazy Train.
For more information, check us out on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and thehauntedchickenhouse.com. And we'll see you there.
And we're back.
We are back. Yay.
Hey, guys. Oh, God. Oh, I just broke my arm off. Just a moment. And it's back.
Yay.
Yeah. So, this season, as we have done in seasons past, we'll be talking about the strange, the weird, the supernatural, and sometimes just a bunch of lies.
Yeah, most of the time, just a bunch of lies.
Yeah.
Again, and I cannot stress this enough. We love you guys, and we promise we will always, always offer the lowest quality product for your dollars.
Ta-da!
That you're not actually paying us.
I don't want you guys to feel like this is gaslighting or that we're, in a toxic relationship with our fans. But I do want to point out that we go, hey, this podcast is a bunch of lies. And then Matt immediately goes, guys, we love you. And look.
That's a good point.
Yeah. It is a mixed signal. When he said we love you, that one, wink, wink, wasn't a lie. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Wink, wink. Hell yeah. Okay, so what we're talking about today is Amityville.
Ooh. Amityville.
Ooh. Spooky, spooky.
Yeah. And this is one of the few times we'll talk about scary architecture.
Spooky dooky.
I'm actually trying to think of something else that has like a more iconic, scary architecture than Amityville.
Well, as a house, it's that haunted house that you can remember. Like a lot of haunted houses just don't, they're just, houses.
Yeah.
But the Amityville horror, those windows, like everything about it.
It's very distinctive, and the framing and all of it has become maybe the distinctive ideal of a haunted house.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I keep thinking of like other like scary houses, and I can't think of one. Maybe there's a enchanted office building.
I don't think that's the thing.
Is that not one?
I don't think that's the thing.
Yeah.
Asylums tend to be spooky.
But I mean, you think of those kind of weird shaped, 90-degree angles with a half circle around them windows, and like you're looking at the Amityville house. It's always had such an iconic profile for it being a house movie.
Yeah, even House wasn't as scary as Amityville. We'll say this though, the eyes have been removed, so it's the house itself doesn't have those iconic eyes anymore.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, they've been removed.
That's the thing.
That's the whole thing, right?
That's the thing.
The thing.
That is the thing. So, I'm not really looking up a lot about this, but based on what you guys know, a bit about the basis of the story of this.
Well, I believe Brandy, being the whiz kid that she is, has a little bit of information pulled up. So you want to start? You want to just
I do have a little bit. So the original story, the beginnings of the tale, started on a cold November night in 1974 in Amityville, New York, where Ronald DeFeo Jr. murdered his entire family in cold blood at their 112 Ocean Avenue residence.
Now, this actually happened. This
actually happened.
Yeah, and don't, guys, as we get into this, this is the one thing that is true. That happened.
Well, the one thing that is known as factual is that he did kill 6 members of his family in that house in 1974. And I believe he was convicted of it and sentenced the following year in 75.
Yes.
But although the brutal murders were sensational in their own right, it wasn't actually until the house was purchased by the Lutz family that the home haunted its way into infamy.
Yeah.
So the Lutz family only lived in this house for less than a month and claimed that they were driven out by relentless paranormal events. Among the many claims, there were swarms of flies, walls that oozed slime, spectral voices, and multiple sightings of a demonic pig-like creature.
Jody!
And their account was popularized by a book entitled The Amityville Horror, which subsequently spawned the film franchise that many people know of today and continues to produce haunted tales of this house, 40 years later.
I just want to say that Jody the pig, like I grew up with that being that's the most terrifying name for a pig is Jody.
Jody.
Now, at this point in time, most of the details of the Lutz's story have been refuted, but true believers have blamed the haunting on everything from the vengeful spirits of the DeFeos to a Native American burial ground beneath the site, to demons, you name it.
All the way down to, which is a story about a butcher that was killing people under his shop back in the Middle Ages, and it's the same area, and they have the whole catch 'em, kill 'em, catch 'em, kill 'em.
Yeah.
But there's no real factualization, anything else besides just the one story.
Yeah. So I guess one of the things that has come up now, I'm trying to think of the name of this other book, and I did just a kind of a quick scroll to see, but who sold the house?
What?
Well, it's been sold a few times.
I mean, once the murders happened, the new people bought it, but who?
That was the lesson.
Yeah, but who'd they buy it from? Everybody else was dead.
I mean, yeah, that's a
realtor from the state.
Oh, a realtor.
Yes.
Well, that was the most exciting answer I've ever heard.
That's how you buy houses. So I've heard. So I've been told. Don't quote me on that. In fact, don't quote us on anything we say. We are probably mostly full of shit, but we love you guys for listening.
Yeah, we actually hate quotes.
Yeah.
we hate people.
I want to say this about the Amityville book, because it's one of the few books that I have actually read, just because it was so strange for what you would consider a haunted house. One of the things that happened in the story that was like the funniest fucking shit that apparently scared the shit out of them was the ghost marching band that came down the staircase into the living room and started marching around in circles and playing music.
Yeah, usually you have to pay for that.
Yeah, exactly. Our ghost marching band does not come cheap. No.
Yeah, I don't even know how to get that. I'd love that. Ghost marching band is like actually goals for me.
Yeah. And of course the flies thing, which is really heavily laid into in the movie. A lot of the stuff in the book, they just don't even touch in the movie. Both of the movies, the original and the remake with Ryan Reynolds. But they have like a quick shot of the pig's eyes in the window, and she draws a pig on the wall. But that's really the only reference. And Jody was like, in the book, was the biggest part of it.
Huh. That's true. Yeah. I actually have read that book too, and found it disturbing.
Yes, and it was so... a lot of the stuff in that book was also claimed to have been happening at the Jeffrey house, the right. Jeffrey and the 13 Alabama Ghosts. Very similar ectoplasmic footprints that glowed in the dark appearing on the walls and shit like that.
Hey, here's a weird thing. Did you realize that the Ronald DeFeo Jr., the guy who did the murders, just died last year?
Oh, shit. Yeah, in 2021, he died in custody.
Yeah, that's weird because he was condemned to 6 life sentences of 25 years to life.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Well, there's an alternate book, and it's by the people who sold the house. And reading through that book, they're like, everything that they're saying in Amityville Horror is a lie. And the real story is they just didn't want to pay for the house. And so because there was this murder attached to it, they're like, hey, I know a way to get out of this. And they started saying all the supernatural stuff.
Which is, to me, again, it's the same thing as people with alien talk. Why would somebody decide to make that their thing? Because when you start talking about aliens or you start talking about ghosts, it doesn't fucking help you out. It destroys you. And that damn near destroyed that family.
Yeah. I mean, except for financially, obviously.
No, they like sued the son that wrote the book for using them and saying that this was real, and then they went back on it, and there was this huge court trial, and it was just this muckery of bullshit.
Man, I wish they would make that movie.
Yes, I agree.
Because that would be the better one.
The Amityville Trick.
So I guess we need to talk about. First of all, were you guys scared by the Amityville horror? Like not knowing all like the backstory and all that, just knowing like the movie. Was that something that scared you guys?
The movie was. I think personally that the movie creeped me the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
And I've watched that movie multiple times. The original's so good. And honestly, the remake actually, in this particular case, there's so many times you see a remake and they miss a lot of the points, or they change the story. But the remake actually stuck a little bit more to the book than the original one did.
That's true. That's true.
Because whenever the father left the house, he just became the fun-loving, non-crazy person that he was.
Yeah.
And they really portrayed that very well in the remake with Ryan Reynolds, because he actually does leave the house and he's like, man, I feel great.
Yeah. Because he got out of the scare zone.
Well, honestly, at this point, it's so odd. Like, even just trying to look things up right now, there are so many different stories about this house now. They don't all coincide with each other. There's multiple books that have been written and rewritten since the original story. There's lots of crazy details, even just about the original murder, like the fact that supposedly all 6 of his family members were shot but found face down in their beds, as if no one ever heard any of the other family members getting shot.
Yeah, that's weird, huh?
That is still pretty odd.
And in the book, they make a big deal about how the family would always wake up with face down in their pillows. And they were like, why the fuck do we keep waking up face down? And it was supposedly a ping back to the way the family was murdered.
Huh. Comfortable.
Very, very uncomfortable.
Oh.
And even though DeFeo Jr. confessed to the murders, there's always been speculation that he had help. And some people even say that one of his siblings was involved in helping to kill the rest before he killed her.
Damn.
There's also a lot of speculation that the whole family was already used to having to kill and bury bodies due to mafia connections for some reason.
Oh,
but I did not explore all the aspects of that to see where that came from.
Yeah. That's wild. There's this iconic house. There was definitely these murders that happened in this house, followed by another family that moves in that has that claims that there are hauntings, right? And yeah, and what's weird is that house still exists and people live there every day.
Yep. And I'd like to point out that we always talk about horror movies and running trilogies and huge legends that are around them, and how many movies have been made about them. Amityville Horror has more movies than any other franchise in existence.
Yes.
Yeah. And it may have something to do with the fact that Amityville didn't have rights to the name Amityville.
Yes.
Well, it's the name of a town. It's the name of multiple businesses within and around that town.
So this is how we get Amityville Bigfoot.
Amityville Karen.
Yeah, Amityville Karen, guys.
Now,
So many...
I'd like to say this. The second Amityville Horror, the actual original set of movies, is almost better than the first one with how fucking creepy and horrifying it is.
Agreed. I thought, Amityville Dollhouse was scary.
I was going to say that too. The Dollhouse one really hit on stuff that they missed in the original movie. And the Amityville Mirror, I believe, also did that same thing.
Wasn't there one like Time Kills or Time Never Sleeps or something?
Or something, yeah.
It was a watch or a clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was Amityville 3D, which was up there with some of the first movies that did 3D movies.
Yeah, that was the Jaws 3D and the Friday the 13th 3D, same time frame.
Yep.
And I think I saw that one in 3D too.
When the little creature pops out of those underwater portal hole things that they had and pulls the kid into it, that was like one of the big 3D scenes.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite scenes, and I didn't even know that they had shot it in 3D, but it was when there's like an alien and he hands the gun to Danny Glover.
All right, I hate you.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I hope
I can't talk about 3D movies and not think about the 3D My Bloody Valentine they tried to do, and the scene where the guy is with the hooker, and it's just a guy steps in front of the camera and his big ass is like in 3D in your face. And I was like, how fucking badass would it have been if that guy would have stepped out and been facing the audience and it was just a big dick sitting right there, like sticking in your face.
I thought it was.
It wasn't. It was just his ass. And we joked about it in the theater like, that should have been.
I don't know. I just remember seeing a big dick in that theater.
There was no penis in that movie.
Oh, okay.
that wasn't the movie we watched. That wasn't My Bloody Valentine.
Oh, gotcha. Cool.
That was the My Bloody Mary on Valentine's.
Well, I'm gonna go find that guy in Publix and get my $10 back, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. Ridiculous. Hell yeah. Well, was there any other Amityville? You know what? Also, let me just point this out. For a film series, that has so many sequels and so many offshoots and so many other things, in your collection of action figures, do you have an Amityville one?
Not at all.
Nope, sure don't.
Does that strike you as weird?
It
is. There's no Amityville like collectible stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is weird for it to be the show with the most sequels.
I have, on the other hand, I have seen that there's a company that does these porcelain houses.
Oh.
One of the houses that they've done is the Amityville house.
Ah, that's...
They also have done Michael Myers' house.
Oh, that is a pretty iconic house too. But the house itself wasn't that scary. But the house,
no, and I don't know for a fact, but they're missing their market if they haven't done Freddy's house, because that is an iconic house.
Well, what about the Warrens? Do they have anything in their collection that supposedly came from Amityville? Because wasn't it Ed and Lorraine Warren that helped promote the Lutz's story in the first place? Because they were the ones that invited the Warrens out there, right?
Well, maybe so.
Yes.
The Warrens, I think, were the ones that wrote the Amityville book that was the counter to Amityville Horror. It just wasn't as successful.
Yeah. Like the Warrens are like, hey, we can make this spicier. I mean, we're really well known for lying about every goddamn thing.
Yeah. Well, they are now anyway.
Yeah. Interesting. You guys now just want a little tiny Evil Dead cabin.
Yes,
Oh,
dude,
yes.
that'd be so badass.
Yes.
Maybe we could get Narquette to make us one out of popsicle sticks.
Well, only if she's trying to stay awake, which is what I'm trying to do.
Right?
Yep. So I think there's honestly, we could spend every episode this season talking about Amityville and the various weird shit that spawned from that. It is one of the most iconic American haunts or haunting stories or ghost stories. It probably made the haunted house concept bigger and more reinforced than ever before.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have the terrifying haunted house thing that we have. You know, before that, our haunted houses was like the Monsters house.
Yeah.
Which would be really cool.
Which would be really cool. Did you guys see the movie?
I have not seen it
yet.
Spoiler alert, it is one. It is a movie.
Ah, got you.
Well, we knew that.
Sorry, spoiled it. It's fun. If you're just looking for something that's just campy fun, there's a lot of people that are butthurt on it online, and those people are giving too much credit to the Munsters.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, the Munsters was supposed to be just campy fun. That was part of what made it what it was.
But I kind of think that's like a dual knife, and I'm sure we'll talk about that in the future. Let's not get off topic and talk about the monsters. I actually want to add in another caveat because I know we didn't say this at the beginning of this section. Now, guys, I know you've noticed we kind of floundered with our research. We might not have done a lot of it to get to this point, but I promise you that in future episodes, we're going to keep with that.
Yeah,
these daily
guys,
episodes are difficult.
That's true, and just to that point, daily episodes are difficult. We are going to keep with that, but when we promise you that we're going to keep with that, that's a soft promise.
It's a very soft promise. Yeah. Every promise we make is a soft promise.
As in, we won't remember that we promised you anything.
Yeah, so we would like to keep it soft, so don't wink at it, don't blow on it. It will remain a soft promise.
Precisely.
Not to mention the state of delirium we will be keeping ourselves in makes research almost impossible.
That's fair.
I'm literally finishing the first episode of Rotten Strips You while we record this podcast.
And I'm finishing the first episode of Rotten Morning, season 10.
Yes.
Episode 1.
Episode 1. You guys stay rotten.
Stay rotten.
Stay rotten.
Join us next time for another episode of Rotten Mornings.